Today is March the 3rd, which is the first anniversary of me getting the Esprit. And I think I've been driving it maybe 4 months out of those 12, sadly, but you'd have hopefully seen the rest of the videos that explain why. But it's also the start of the running in proper. And I thought I'd do a bit of running in by taking it to a few of my favourite places and a few new places I've not been to before. First up here, the classic motor hub in Bybury. I've been here several times now, and I always think it's a great place to come. Got a super selection of cars in their showrooms, lots of kind of memorabilia and kind of heritage stuff up on the walls, and what must be one of the best curated shops I've ever seen for kind of, you know, car people. So it's great to be here. Not great weather, to be fair. A little bit of a few specks of rain on the way, which is a bit testing for the wipers because they're not really doing their job properly at the moment. But nonetheless, I have a good run back. I may try and take in some of Harry Metcalf's test roads on the way back because they're always good for a bit of a spirited drive, but I'll see how I get on. So another day, another bit of running in, and today I've chosen to come to Gasoline Juice. It's a newly opened kind of cafe up at Weedon Beck. It's an old Army Ordnance depot. I'm guessing, looking at the windows, from sort of the 1800s. So I've not been here before to this particular place. As I said, it's only opened maybe about a month ago, I think. But I've been up here before when Workshop 77 had their place. They've now moved, and I'm hoping to go to see their new place very soon. I'm a bit of an early bird, and I'm the first one to arrive, so I'm going to pop in for a coffee, see what's happening, have a chat to the owners, and see what turns up. Morning, I'm back to running in. Now the observant of you may have noticed a slight change to the Esprit since the last run I did. That's because over the last couple of weeks there's been pretty poor weather, so I decided to take the bumpers off and the rear light trims and number plate trim and paint them black, which is what I've been wanting to do since I got the car really, but I've just, you know, never got round to doing it, and various other things have got in the way. I actually thought I was going to get it done professionally, but when I looked into how much that would cost, I thought, well, maybe I'll have a go myself, and it's not turned out too badly. So I turned my shed into a spray booth, put plastic sheets kind of down the walls, and that worked out pretty well. The smaller things I managed to do in a large cardboard box. But anyway, everything's back on the car. It's nearly fettled correctly. I might have to do the front bumper again because there's a bit of a scratch on it. But otherwise I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. So I'll come to the market. Not been here for a while. I've got to look at a couple of cars here anyway. So I thought I'd come down, continue the running in and see what they've got in their unit. Just having a look at the different cars in here. It's a beautiful 1930s Lagonda. By all accounts this has been driven quite extensively around Europe, including sort of down to Spain, Portugal. S-Class Mercedes SE. Not quite sure what size of engine this one's got, but quite a coming thing. That's a 3 litre, quite a nice Porsche Boxster there. It's got the 997 turbo wheels on it. These are always quite popular. There's quite a few of these been through the market. Lamborghini tractors. It's probably the cheapest way into a Lamborghini for sure. Alpha Spider, later one. MGA and R107SL, and that looks like an MGTD, I think, up there. Looks sort of fairly original. Those veins on the radiator grille should traditionally be the same colour as the upholstery, and indeed it's red upholstery. It's an R230 SL, a slightly earlier one. In fact, this one looks like it's just an AMG. It's got the V8. It's the SL55 AMG version. Just Ford Galaxy. Quite a striking paint job on that. And up here we have a 911 Targa, bit of a project. That one needs quite a lot doing to it. And then down here we have a Lotus Esprit GT3. Lovely colour on that SL Pagoda, left-hand drive. And talking of lovely colours, kind of a chocolate brown XJS. BMW Z4M and a what looks like a 997. Again, it's got the turbo wheels on that one. I think it's a 4S. Aston Martin V8. Is that the Virage? Is it? Volante. 2CV over the back. Ford Capri. Let's just come down these ones. Chevy Camaro, Jaguar XJR, Porsche 968 Club Sport, Ferrari 412, and an Aston Martin DB9 GT Bond Edition with appropriate registration plate. Not entirely sure what that one up there is, kind of hot rod kind of thing. It's a Ford. Drive TR6. An R129 SL, again lovely red colour. Last but no means least, this traction Avant, so Citroen Light 15. So I thought I'd take a little bit of a detour on the way home from the market. You probably guessed where we are by those Range Rovers over there. There's a few of them. And the early Range Rovers that have been re-engineered by Kingsley. And as well as doing Range Rovers, Kingsley have just opened the Kingsley Re-Fuel, which is a cafe. It gives kind of clues in the name. So I'm just going to check that out. It's not far from where I live. I've been meaning to stop by, so here we are. Well, I think this is a good place to end the video. I've got probably about another 100 miles of running in to do. I'm sure I'll crack that off within the next week or so and get the car booked back in. Meanwhile, please like this video, give me a comment, tell me what you think of the new bumpers or the black bumpers. Above all, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.